The Business Intelligence platform facilitates connectivity between BI clients and SAP NetWeaver Business Warehouse. The Business Intelligence Consumer Services BICS direct access connectivity is the recommended way for BI clients to communicate with BW. Some BI clients can also communicate with BW using a relational universe UNX, or, in the case of Web Intelligence only, through an older universe layer UNV that employs an MDX driver. Web Intelligence, Crystal Reports for Enterprise, Dashboards, Design Studio, Analysis Edition for OLAP, and Analysis Edition for Microsoft Office connect to Business Explorer BEX queries residing within BW using BICS connectivity configured on the BI platform. The BICS connectivity understands the OLAP structure of the BW data. The BICS connectivity on the BI platform is configured using either the Central Management Console CMC or the Information Design Tool IDT, and the connection can point to a BW server, cube, or directly to a BEX query. The connections can be used by various BI clients. Please refer to the appropriate tutorials that show you how to configure OLAP connections using the CMC or IDT. Note that Crystal Reports 2011-13 and Explorer do not use BICS connectivity to consume BEX queries or the underlying info providers. Lumira can connect to BEX queries using locally configured BICS connectivity, but cannot take advantage of BICS connectivity configured on the BI platform. Crystal Reports for Enterprise, Web Intelligence, and Dashboards can use BICS connectivity to consume BEX queries, but cannot connect to the underlying info providers. Analysis Edition for OLAP, Analysis Edition for Microsoft Office, and Design Studio can use BICS connectivity configured on the BI platform to consume BEX queries, and can also connect to the underlying info providers. Design Studio, Analysis Edition for Microsoft Office, Dashboards, and Lumira can connect to BW data through BICS connectivity configured on the client without the involvement of the BI platform. They use the direct connection to the backend system using the locally configured SAP logon file. Note that when using BICS configured locally, Dashboards can only consume BEX queries, but Design Studio, Lumira, and Analysis Edition for Microsoft Office can consume BEX queries and also the underlying info providers. There are many advantages to using BICS connectivity configured on the BI platform when connecting from various BI clients to BW. As mentioned before, when you create an OLAP connection in the CMC or IDT, it is shared and can be used by various BI clients. OLAP connections configured using the CMC or IDT can point to a BW server, an individual info provider such as a cube, or a specific BEX query built on top of an info provider. Because BICS connectivity to BEX queries understands the OLAP structure of BW data, you can consume hierarchies. BICS connectivity supports various BEX query elements such as structures, variables, and restricted and calculated key figures. There are several things to consider when leveraging BEX queries. BEX objects can be customized only in the BEX query designer. You are not allowed to create your own objects outside of the BEX query, so make sure that you do all necessary customization work in the BEX query designer. You cannot control connections limits, for example timeout after 5 minutes. You cannot link the data from a BEX query to a different data source. Crystal Reports for Enterprise, Web Intelligence, Dashboards, Explorer, and Lumira can also connect to BW using a universe based on a relational connection in the BI platform. The relational connection to BW can be created using the Information Design Tool IDT, but not the Central Management Console CMC. Please review the tutorial that shows you how to create a relational connection to a BW server and a universe based on that relational connection. A relational connection does not allow you to gain access to BEX queries, but it does allow you to access various info providers. A big advantage of using the relational universe UNX connectivity is that it allows you to combine data from the BW server with data from the other data sources such as Microsoft SQL Server or Oracle. Because you can build a universe on a relational connection, you are allowed to customize objects as well as create your own objects and calculations. There are some things to consider, however. Because you cannot access BEX queries, you do not have access to external hierarchies, variables, or restricted and calculated key figures. There is also no support for structures. Web Intelligence, through use of the older universe type UNV, can utilize the MDX driver to gain access to both BEX queries and the info providers. However, it is recommended that you use BIX connectivity to gain access to BEX queries and a relational universe UNX to gain access to an info provider. You'll now see various BI clients and the ways they communicate with the BW server. Analysis Edition for OLAP, when connecting to BW data, can utilize BIX connectivity configured in the BI platform to consume BEX queries as well as BW info providers. Note that Analysis Edition for OLAP cannot connect to a BW server using a relational universe in the BI platform. Also, because Analysis Edition for OLAP is a web-based client, there is no local database client. Analysis Edition for Microsoft Office, when connecting to BW data, can utilize BIX connectivity configured in the BI platform or installed locally to consume BEX queries and also in BW info providers. Note that Analysis Edition for Microsoft Office cannot connect to a BW server using a relational universe in the BI platform. Design Studio, when connecting to BW data, can utilize BIX connectivity configured in the BI platform or installed locally to consume BEX queries and BW info providers. Note that Design Studio can use a relational universe UNX in the BI platform to consume SQL data sources, but not BW info providers or BEX queries. Explorer can connect to a BW server using a relational universe UNX in the BI platform. It can consume various BW info providers, but it cannot consume BEX queries. When Business Warehouse Accelerator BWA is used, Explorer connects directly to BWA indexes and provides excellent retrieval speeds. Dashboards, when connecting to BW data, can utilize BIX connectivity configured in the BI platform or installed locally to consume BEX queries, but not the underlying info providers. Dashboards can also connect to a BW server using a relational connection UNX in the BI platform, which allows it to consume various info providers. Crystal Reports for Enterprise, when connecting to a BW server, can utilize BIX connectivity configured in the BI platform to consume BEX queries, but not BW info providers. Crystal Reports for Enterprise can also connect to a BW server using a relational universe UNX in the BI platform, which allows it to consume various info providers. Crystal Reports 2011-2013 can connect to a BW server using direct drivers, but it does not utilize the BI platform. It can connect to BEX queries using the BW MDX driver, it's not BIX, and can connect to info providers using a direct relational driver. Web Intelligence, when connecting to BW data, can utilize BIX connectivity configured in the BI platform to connect to BEX queries. Web Intelligence can also connect to a BW server using a relational universe UNX in the BI platform, which allows it to consume various BW info providers. As part of the SAP BusinessObjects XI3.1 release, customers were able to create OLAP universes UNV using the Universe Designer. In the BA4X platform, those OLAP universes are still supported, and customers can still use the Universe Designer as part of the BI4X client tools to edit existing OLAP universes or create new OLAP universes. Because you can still use the XI3.1 OLAP universes UNV as part of the BI4X environment, you are able to decouple the content upgrade of Web Intelligence documents from the technical platform upgrade of the XI3.1 platform to the BI4X platform. The XI3.1 OLAP universes are only used by Web Intelligence. This MDX connection allows Web Intelligence to gain access to BEX queries and the underlying info providers. Lumira, when connecting to a BW server, can utilize locally configured BIX connectivity to consume BEX queries and BW info providers. Lumira can also connect to a BW server using a relational universe UNX in the BI platform, which allows it to consume various info providers. When SAP HANA sits under BW, Lumira connects directly to HANA views with excellent retrieval speeds.